Are you tired of playing the same road to glory positions? Do you wish you could play a career as that superstar safety, that disruptive edge rusher, that safety valve tight end, or even the kicker? Don't worry, I'll show you how. Today I'm going to show you how to play any position for a career mode in college football 26. And sorry, it's not going to be in road to glory, so if you like that story mode aspect, you like the high school stuff, it's not possible. You know, we can make our own story, you know what I'm saying, in your head, or you know, if you're making videos or something like that too, you know, you can come up with something for your own storyline and things like that. But it's got to be in Dynasty here, and we can go ahead and start up a new one, you know what I'm saying. So now single player, because most of y'all gonna be doing this offline, so do single player so you don't have to worry about the servers and things like that. You know, you can play your career anytime you want. Now if you play with more than one person and you want to do an online career mode, hey, that's up to you. You can go ahead and do that. Now when you play against each other, I believe you'll have to play as the whole team. But I guess like if you're doing defense, like y'all both did, like edge rusher or safety, you could play a lock on a safety or whatever. I don't believe you can play a lock like a running back or wide receiver on offense. Somebody have to test that out and let me know, but I don't believe you could do that. So but I guess you could still do it online and with multiple players and things like that, and I bet that would be absolutely fun, you know what I'm saying. So but go ahead, we're gonna do single player right here. I would normally do active roster to make sure it's the most up to date, but we're gonna do default because that one doesn't have to load. And then here we go for the settings. Most of these are pretty much personal preference. Difficulty, all that is personal preference. I like to have injuries off. I don't want my player to get injured, you know what I'm saying, but you know, it's up to you. And then period bonus, all that. Quarter length, I like to do like 7-8 minutes for my career modes. I find that a good range to get a lot of stats and things like that, you know what I'm saying, where I'm not doing too much. You know, like 15-minute quarters, you may end up doing too good because of how long you have to play. But you know what I'm saying, if you do like 3 minutes, you might not even get enough. But a lot of y'all like 4 minutes, 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying, you know, 6, 7, you know, I like 8, you know, 7 minutes. So it's up to y'all. It says already clock, it's up to you. But you could probably find some good wear test sliders, and we gonna get into like positional sliders and stuff like that in a minute. But with this, I like to keep this all auto, because I'm in the mode of the player. I don't want to control none of this. I'm gonna let the CPU handle their thing. I'm gonna do my thing, and we're gonna win some games. All right, you know what I'm saying. I ain't trying to deal with all that. But if you're gonna recruit and all that for your team, then you know, go right ahead. Custom conferences, personal preference. You want to mix up the conferences, go right ahead. You know what I'm saying. If you want to put, you know, a team in the independent, or you want to put the team in the SEC or the Big Ten or something like that, hey, more power to you. But right now, I'm just leave that thing default, and then you know, we're gonna pick a team. Now this team does not really matter. You can pick the team that you want to go to, but this team don't really matter at the beginning. But let's see. Okay, we got San Diego State. Let's rock with San Diego State. I'm gonna do the head coach because I'm not sure if this locks you to the specific side of the ball or not. But if you go head coach, you ain't gotta worry about none of that. All right, so we're just gonna go head coach, and we're gonna load up, and then I'm gonna show you some of the slider things, and then, well, actually I'll do that after we pick the players. So we're gonna go ahead and simulate the season because we have to get a recruit out of the prospects. So we're gonna have to simulate through a season because you cannot edit any of the players on the base roster. So we gotta simulate through a season because you can edit them somewhat because EA still is restrictive a little bit. But we're gonna go ahead and simulate through a season. I'm gonna catch you at National Signing Day. Okay, welcome to National Signing Day. So now this is where we're gonna pick who we want to be. All right, so you can go over to the prospect list, and then we're gonna go to any, and then we're gonna have, you know, if you want to do the best, go to the 5-star prospects, and then, you know, saying find whichever one you want. You know, let's say for offense one, I want to do tight end. I'm gonna do 2 positions. I'm gonna do offense and defense one just to show y'all. So we're gonna do a tight end. There are no 5-star tight ends, so we go to 4-star, and then okay, now we see we got plenty of them. And then you just find the guy that you want, how they look, because you can't edit the face. So just find the guy that kind of looks how you want, you know what I'm saying. So we just gonna see, we're gonna scroll through. Okay, tight end, maybe I want to do, you know, maybe I'm feeling this guy right here from Ohio State, you know, Hayden Clem. Okay, I got him marked, so we're gonna go to Ohio State in a minute. And then let's say I want to do edge rusher. I will do edge rusher. So now let's go to 5-star. Let's see what we got at 5-star. Okay, we got Georgia, And then we got Oklahoma. You know what? I don't never really do anything with Oklahoma, so let's do James Cadu from Oklahoma. And then you can change their name, which we're gonna get into that in a little bit. So let me go ahead and show you this. We're gonna go ahead and then we're gonna change. Let me go over here. We're gonna change San Diego State over to. We're gonna create a new character, and then we're gonna change them to Oklahoma and Ohio State. We're gonna scroll down here, and then we're gonna see, all right, Ohio State right here. This is one for our tight end. We're just gonna do the same thing. Take over Ryan Day. Boom, good, right there. And then we can create a new character. If you're doing multiple, you know what I'm saying, most of y'all are not gonna be doing multiple. You're just gonna be doing one, so it doesn't really matter. Y'all will stop at the Ohio State with this. And then I'm gonna scroll down here and go to Oklahoma. And then we're gonna do head coach. And then we're gonna take over Brent Venables. And good right here. Now just take note, if you do multiple and you do have multiple users and you want to keep it the same settings, go over here to, you know what I'm saying, and make sure you turn this on for your other team so they're recruit, unless you're doing a recruiting. But just a little heads up right there. And then yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and simulate through the end of the season, and well, the end of the off season, and then we'll pick up from there. All right, now we're at the end of the season, and I forgot to mention, just go here and make sure you make all your users a commissioner, so you don't have to come back to the main one just to advance the week. But all right, so now Ohio State, this is our tight end. So now we go to the roster. You're like, all right, cool. Go to tight end, and this was the guy we were looking for. Now boom, we can edit him. We can change his jersey number. We can change his gear. We can change his name. You know what I'm saying? We can do what we want right here, except for like edit his face and all that kind of good stuff. You see what you can and cannot edit. You can't change his position for whatever reason, but you can change his number. Let's say we want him to wear number 89. You want him to be right hand instead of left. I'm gonna just keep him at left, and then you can change his ratings. So if you want a 99 overall, you know what I'm saying, boom, you can just go ahead and do all that. All right, I'm just stop right there because you get the point. You don't need to see all that. Appearance, you can only edit the physique. So if you want to make them, you know what I'm saying, standard, muscular, lean, heavy, you want a heavy set tight end, you want to make them 6'8", you know what I'm saying, what, 324 out there with 99 speed. Have fun. we gonna do that. And then you can change his gear, you know what I'm saying, put whatever you want on him. And then it's funny looking it's funny looking at him like this. I don't know why I did that. And then you can change all his other stuff, you know what I'm saying. And then back out, boom, good. And then actually I'm gonna edit him a little bit more real quick, and then I'll catch you back up. Hold on. Alright, I just juiced him up a little bit more for the video. Now you don't have to juice him up, but you can have him as it is, because you can edit the depth chart however you want, you know what I'm saying. And then we had another guy on Oklahoma shouldn't be too far away, and we had a DN, right? And it was right here, Cadu. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna edit him. I'm gonna just leave him like it is, because we don't have to. You know what I'm saying? If you want to change his number or whatever, I feel like 95 is cool, so we just gonna leave it right there. So now we're gonna go to the depth chart, Ohio State, and now we want to make the tight end. We're gonna make him. I forgot they changed the button. Why EA keep changing the buttons? All right, so we can go ahead down here. See at the bottom, L3. I think it's left stick on Xbox. We're gonna go ahead and reload the depth chart, and that should put our guy up there. I'm gonna put him at tight end number 1 because obviously I want to play with him. And then we're gonna do the same thing for Oklahoma, but since he's lower overall, they're not gonna start him, so I gotta manually do that. So now I gotta go find him. Well, he's the right edge, so I'm gonna go ahead and put him here at number 1. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to juice him up or whatever, have him high overall, that's up to you. And then he will probably just automatically be up there once you reveal the depth chart. Now notice that if you reveal the depth chart now with him being a low overall, he's not gonna pop up. But you know what I'm saying, you gotta put him up here. If EA, why is EA, am I lagging? Why are we lagging here, EA? Come on. All right, anyway, boom, now he's starting and we're good. Now for here, I know some of y'all like, hey, I don't want to come out the game, I want to play the entire game, I don't want my play to come out. All right, cool. So we go here to auto subs, and so what I found that works, you see what they got for the quarterback, because they're not taking your quarterback out. You only need one quarterback, right? So I just set it to whatever the quarterback has. Got 0, 1, grind it out. It should work. So right now we got tight end. You see, boom, take that thing all the way down. Take that thing all the way down. 0, boom, take that thing all the way down. And then we hit them with the 1. Then we say, okay, grind it out. Your tight end should be in pretty much all the time. We're gonna do the same thing for D end, and then I'm gonna show you something else for defense. Okay, I have switched over to Oklahoma. I've set the same thing for the defensive ends, as you can see. And so now for defense, I got a little bit of extra I want to show you because I feel like it's gonna work. So formation subs. Well, now I know it's gonna work, but it's gonna help. So now we're gonna go over the defense. I guess you could do this in offense as well. And you just want to make sure your guys in all the formations. You want to do your formation subs. You see our guy's number 95. When they just go through them, make sure he's there in all capacities. You know, every step of the way. You don't want to have a formation. He's not here in this formation. Yeah, all right, who we taking out? Who we want to take out? Let's just say, all right, you got to go. We got to find our guy. If we can find him here, oh, there we go. Boom. Make sure he's in, so you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about anything. Every formation you pick, you know, say you do coach suggestions, whatever. He's good to go. He's gonna be on the field. Now, for this, I recommend using a base playbook, not a custom playbook, because you can't set your custom playbook as like the one in the menu with your coach. So your formations and stuff is not going to be here. You know what I'm saying? So I recommend using a base playbook, so you have the exact formations in here as you're going to have with your playbook when you play. So right now I have Oklahoma's defense, and this is what I'm making the formation subs in. I'm not putting the formations in Oklahoma's defensive playbook, then running my own custom, you know, playbook, you know, that I made with Georgia's playbook, defensive playbook, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I do recommend. And then obviously save it, good to go. And now we're ready to play some games. So while I'm on Oklahoma, we're just gonna start out with Oklahoma. I'll see you in the beginning of the game. All right, just to make this easier, you know what I'm saying, we can go here, we can go to play style right before the game. We're playing on defense with the DN. We're just gonna go here, play defense only, and we're gonna hop in. All right, we're in the game now, and we're gonna pick this formation right quick. You know, I'm not trying to do anything crazy. I'm not trying to do anything try hard here. It is on Hosmer, so I ain't gonna be able to do nothing. But you see, we play locked on our guy, and then we can come here, boom, get a little pressure. Okay, we actually got in there. You know, I'm not getting embarrassed on the video. But you know, you say you just want to go through this, you know, pick your plays, however you want, regular thing, find your guy, play a lot, and boom, you good. And then, you know what I'm saying, boom, here we go. We can't get through, they just got us locked up. Oh, and we got a pick, look at there. Shout out to Oklahoma, man. All right, and let's just say, you know, we move on, and you're like, I don't want to play the whole game, you know what I'm saying. I was having a little bit of fun, but I just kind of want to skip a little bit. All right, you know, jump ahead, you know, go to the next play. And then boom, you skip a couple plays, you know. Oh, the defense is going crazy right now. You know, say skip a couple plays, however you want it. Boom, get back on defense. All right, we back good. Jump back in, play however you want. Let's switch back over to Ohio State, and I'll show you the offensive side. All right, and just like the defense, we gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do offense only because it makes it easier. And like I said, we're running base playbooks. Now you can go in there, formation subs, make sure your tight end is in every formation, you know, just like I did with the DN. But you know, your tight end pretty much should be there at all times. But let's go ahead and hop into the game. All right, on offense, this is a lot easier than enough you guys on the field, because you can just come right over here, and then boom, you see your guy right here, because you could just choose plays based on your player, and you say, okay, I want this one, and then boom, find your guy. You see, you can definitely tell which one is our guy right here. You know, find our route. Okay, let's get it. Boom, and he threw it right there to us. I ain't even have to call for it. Boom, right there, 5 yards. Let's run it back. He's still on the field. Let's run it back again. Let's say, okay, maybe let's do some all go. You know, and then you just play however you want. You know, say you want to run the ball too, you could block with the tight end. Cool. You know, and this would work the same way. We're wide receiver, running back, and then, you know, boom, hike the ball right up there. Boom, they can't stop us, they can't hold us. We're playing Ball State, so it's a lot easier. And then, you know, touchdown, Ohio State, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You know what I'm saying? Boom, it'll skip to the next moment. We're back on offense. Let's rock and roll. Now, okay, let's say your player isn't here. What you want? What we gonna do? What we gonna do? My player's down on the field. What we gonna do? All right, so we just hit L3, little stick, and then just say, let's skip ahead. Boom. Skip next play. All right, let's come back. And then I'm on the field now. Okay, I'm back on the field. Cool. Let's say you wanted to watch it. Super sim. All right, let's go to press square or X on Xbox. Hit slow. And then let's go ahead, jump to the next play. Watch it, see what happened. You know, I'm not on the field. You know, I'm on the sideline real quick. 1st and 15 after that false start. See what they got cooked up. Boom, watching it. All right, cool. We got some yardage. All right, and then let's go take it back out. Press circle or B. Back out here. Oh, I'm back on the field. Let's rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? You just got to fill it out. You just see, and that's how you make sure your players on the field. In that situation, you can still go with coach suggestions. You can still go by formation and see it as well. Well, you can't see the coach suggestion, but by formation, then boom, here we go. We're gonna run a little play. Give me that. You know what I'm saying? A little juke. First down. Buckeyes moving the chains, and that's how you would do it on offense. Now, if you want to do kicker or punter, obviously I didn't choose one specifically, but if you want to do kicker or punter, here you go. Here we go. You know, I like doing kicker or punter, so it's fun to me. Now you want to make sure this is on fast, because unless you're about to watch the whole game, you want to make sure it's on fast. You want to go jump ahead. You want to jump next play. Boom. You kind of want to watch the bottom, watch the down and distance. Be like, okay, 4th and 6. What about to do? Oh, we're kicking a field goal. I'm probably about to miss this, to be honest with you. All right, now we can get my custom kicker. You know what I'm saying? We can kick this field goal. I'm about to miss this, I swear. I know I'm about to miss it. Hold on. Did I make it? I knew it. But that's how you would do it. You kind of watch the down and distance. You will see when they score, you know, get ready for the extra point. Be like, Izayah, what about if I want to do the punter? No problem, man. No problemo. You can do the same thing. Jump the next play, watch the down and distance. Okay, Ball State got the ball. That don't matter. Boom, we got the ball now. Come on, 2nd, 3rd down, 4th down. All right, we not close enough. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Ball State got the ball. Hold on. Let me pay attention. I'm sorry. And then boom. You see, Ohio State probably won't have much trouble against Ball State, but now here we go. Now we got the 4th down. Bunting the ball. All right, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all really good at coughing corners. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Boof. Get that thing off. Play your career as a punter. You know what I'm saying? And same thing as a return man. You just be on the other side of the ball. You know? And that's how you would do it. You can place any position you want. You know, with the way we did with the DN, do that thing with safety. Edge, that was edge rusher, linebacker, middle linebacker, outside linebacker, corner, and then DT. And same thing we did with tight end. Do that with running back. You know, wide receiver. And then obviously I showed you kicker and punter, and obviously you can do return man the same exact way. So if this helps you, you know, like the video, subscribe to the channel for me, because you know I love doing things like this. I do a bunch of videos using this same method. Last year I did a video doing Randy Moss, Lamar Jackson. Recently did Patrick Mahomes and Kittle like last month, well 2 months ago, and I plan on doing some more with this same exact method. And if I missed something, if you got anything that can help people, you know, make sure you leave it in the comments. And if you ask me any questions, I will respond, because I'm not Einstein, man. I don't know every single detail, but I have the knowledge that I do have, and y'all help me out, and we make sure we get everything in so everybody can have fun and do this thing as they want. So like I said, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you can help me out by following these things over here when I post my shorts and get ready for live streams, you can follow me on those things. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.